You gonna bounce around?
Oh.
What's up, guys? So today is going to be a little different than usual. We're not doing an event today. We're back in the trailer, getting some cleaning done. But I kind of want to sit here and talk to you guys a little bit about what it's like being an owner of a production company. And is it something that you should do or something you shouldn't do? That's something that I really thought about for years. And it took me a while to get to the point where, okay, we need to start doing more things. I'm getting more bookings. So I want to cover a lot of that today. And guys, if I miss anything, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. We might make some videos on it. But here's kind of things that I went through. Been DJing by myself for 17 years now. You know, love what I do. Love DJing. It was a lot of fun. And then we got to a point where, out of nowhere, the last, I'd say about 3 years, I had to turn away events because I got too much bookings, which is a good thing to have, right? But then I'm going, okay, should I hire somebody? Should I have somebody work for me? And that's a scary thing as a business owner of trusting somebody else with your product, right? So I know my level of product that I want to deliver to a client at a wedding, for example. And I like to go above and beyond, like a lot of you guys do. I'm sure you guys do. But it's scary bringing somebody on to represent you, not knowing really what their level is. Because let's be honest, I don't really go to their weddings. I'm going up here second. So a few years ago, I brought a couple guys on as kind of helpers, I guess, helping hands. Young DJs came on to us, or came over to us, and had them kind of be my roadie for a while. Help me set up gear, help tear down gear. And then I have them DJ a little bit during the party part, so I can kind of see their skills. Why I got to use the bathroom, right? And then they can also see how I like to operate, and then that kind of gives them an idea of what I'm looking for. If you didn't work out, you know, if you just wanted to go there and mix right now and they want to hit a club, and that's cool, man. It's not what we're looking for, you know. So everybody's gonna have their own needs and wants for their events. But the guys that I got, they have proven themselves the way that I know I can send them out and put my label on them, right? And that's scary. That took a while to get to that level. Just because, you know, especially if I have good clients that come to me a lot, wedding venues that want me a lot, they know my style and how I present myself. And if I'm already booked for that day and I send out one of my guys, I have to know that they represent my style and the way I work. So that was scary, man. So if you're thinking about starting a multi-op DJ company, that's something you really have to consider. That depends on what your level of events are too, you know. If you're a guy that's cool with backyard events and you make money on the side, yeah, man, knock it out. Do whatever you want. Yeah, that's actually fairly easy. The hard part is finding a professional in your industry, right? So it depends on your business model. The last few years, we looked really deeply into expanding into production and staging and concert sound and rigging. That's something I researched thoroughly for a couple of years here. And I gotta say, this is my little hiccup on this. You know, this is why it's a hiccup. Let me kind of explain this to you. So when I DJ a wedding, right? Typically, I bring the trailer, but not the trailer full of gear. I got everything here I need. But typically, it's a hour and a half setup. You do the event, 5-6 hours. You're out of there in 45 minutes. Bing, bang, boom, good to go. Show a lot of professionalism. Normally, an event like a wedding is anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 in my market. Your market might be well different, but every market's different. That's typical what we're looking at. So, okay, let's break that down. Let's say I bring to a wedding, gear-wise, you're probably bringing $15,000 to $20,000 in gear with lighting and mixers and speakers and DJ boards and just everything it takes is about $15,000 for a very high level of company. So I bring at least. Okay, cool. $2,000, $2,500, somewhere around there. Well, let's go into staging now. All right, so we can do a stage. Now, not only does the stage got to be there very, very early, normally like 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning, we got to be there, set the stage with our sound equipment, set the stage with our lighting equipment, run a band through our mixer, be there all day long in the heat, move bands on and off stage, a lot more work, way more. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gear. You'd naturally think it pays better, right? Not the case. So when I was researching my industry, thought it did. Kind of find out it absolutely doesn't. So make sure you do your research on your area. That's something else you want to think about. Another thing is cost, right? If you're going to start a multi-op, is it worth it? Is there enough profit for you, the owner, to make it happen? We're going to do another video about this, but here's a quick take on it. If I'm booked a $2,000 wedding, just easy numbers, $2,000 wedding, I pay my DJs well, at least I think I pay them well for my area. I pay them 60% of the contract, right? All right, so company made $2,000. I pay my DJ $1,400. Let's leave the profit of $600. Sounds great. Now you got to factor in everything else. Insurance, vehicle costs. You got to phase into your monthly expenses on your business and how much as an owner you're going to take of that $600, right? So really, the breakdown is really not that great for me. If I send a guy out, I'll make $100 over $2,000 wedding. Okay, what's that doing though for the company? That's not making a lot of money, let's be honest, but it's keeping everything rolling, right? The more you're out there, the more you're going to get back in. So something else you want to think about it. Now, my market is very different than a lot of other markets. Okay, a very good year of weddings. Last year we did, I think, 56 weddings last year, and that's really good for my area. My area is very slow. It's not a very big market. We're out here in eastern North Carolina, and there's just not a lot of events here. There's not a lot of people. I know guys that are up in like Raleigh, Charlotte area that are doing 70, 80, 100 weddings a year in their company, and they're just nailing through them, which good on them. It's great. That might be worth having a multi-op, where you're not making a whole lot per event, but you got a lot more events to choose from. That's something else to think of where you're at. But, there's a lot of stress involved with owning a multi-op. As you can see, I'm losing my hair and I'm going gray, right? There's a lot of stress involved with it. You have to have control of many moving parts. For example, we got a weekend coming up where I've got 5 DJs going out and I'm going out. So not only do we got to make sure that all of our clients are happy, first and foremost, the client's got to be happy. Okay. Make sure all the DJs are on the Vibo app working their music. Make sure they got their music on there. Vibo, that's another story. We'll talk about Vibo another day. I love Vibo, by the way. Michael, you're the best. But we got to make sure they're on that. Another thing you got to worry about is, okay, are all the contracts done? Is everyone paid? First and foremost, is everyone paid? Have we had contact with all of the wedding planners? Does the wedding planners know who their DJ for that day is? Is the client well informed? Which I keep my clients well informed ahead of time. And what I mean that is when we have our first initial consult with a client, and I'm not the DJ, first I tell them before we send a contract out, hey, not a problem, client. We do have DJs available. Unfortunately, I'm not available that day. We do have very qualified DJs for you if you're open to that option. Most time they say yes. So they know they're getting somebody other than me, right? And so they meet the DJ on our first meeting and our last meeting, and everyone knows what's going on. There are some companies out there that will just double book and send a guy out there without the client knowing about it. They're expecting to see DJ X and they got DJ Y. Like, okay, who's this guy? So something else you got to worry about. Make sure that everyone knows what's going on at all times. What else we got going on? Gear. Oh my God, gear. All right. So much gear. So when you own a multi-op, some of your guys may or may not have all the proper gear to make the stuff happen, which is fine. It's cool. If they're a professional, know what they're doing, they can use your gear. Cool. Sometimes it happens, right? For example, lighting. A lot of these guys don't have a whole lot of lighting. In our company, we have quite a bit of lighting. So they come and grab a couple light bags, which are back there on the floor, but a couple bags of lights, go to their gig, come back. All right, cool. So they got gear. Well, now what do you got to do with that gear? You always got to check your gear when it comes back, right? So now when it comes back, you got to re-inventory everything. Another thing for you as a business owner to think about. And there's things out there that you're not expecting too. We're doing an event. Well, supposed to be doing an event here, and the client wants a large screen, larger than what we currently own. And it's fine, no problem. We'll go buy that screen to make this happen. They haven't signed the contract yet, and it's in 2 weeks. So what if they sign the contract a week prior and say, okay, cool, we need our screen. It doesn't have time to get here by then. It's none of the stress you got to worry about, right? And you got to tell the client, hey, sorry, Mr. Client, we can't make this happen. We don't have adequate time. All right, so that makes you look bad. So there's a lot going on in owning a business or a multi-op business. You can hear my phone just constantly going crazy too. So a lot of things to think about there, guys. What else we got? If I'm missing anything, go in the comments. Let me know. I'm here for you guys. You know, I'm not the most experienced guy. I'm not the biggest company out here or, you know, anything like that. But I want to help other folks like you guys. And, you know, I want to make sure that everyone can go out and give these clients what they pay their hard-earned money for. That's something else. Down years, right? When years are tough. This year is a tough year. Very tough year. Are you prepared for that? Did you plan ahead for that? On the years that are good, years are great when they're good, but do you keep money in the business to cover for these slow years? That's something to think about. You know, a lot of people will say, oh man, you got, you know, all this money in your bank account. No. The business has money in their bank account. Ben don't have much, right? Because here's something to think about in a wedding. If I take a direct cut from a wedding, which I try to do, if I take a direct cut, what about in 3 months from now? What if contracts cancel? What if things going down? Do I have enough money in the account to keep that business rolling for the next month? So you want to have 6 months to a year's worth of monthly expenses saved in your business account. And that takes a long time in my market, right? So a lot of things to think about. This isn't really designed for DJs right now to talk about. We could talk gear another day. This is more for the person who owns a multi-op, getting into multi-op, you know, what the pros and cons are of it. The pros are this: keeps you working, keeps a little bit of money coming in the account, and I personally like paying out my DJs. Some other companies do, some don't. It's however you do your business plan is up to you, and no one's going to shame you for it. But I personally like paying them very well. In my market, and that's actually very well. $1,400 for a wedding is very well. A lot of people out here are getting $500-600. And it's rough, man. It's rough. You know, that's for another day. Talk about gear and expenses. Oh my goodness. But I like paying my guys well. My editor, I pay him to put these videos together. You know, and you know, you have to take care of your folks. You have to. If you're the kind of guy that doesn't have that first and foremost in your business, you're just not going to last. And it's the hard truth of this thing. The way my workflow goes is, are my clients happy first and foremost? Are my DJs happy? Are my contractors? Are they all happy? They have to be happy, right? Got to take care of your guys. Here's something else to think about as a business owner. What if a guy comes to you and he had a rough month? You know, life hits him hard. It hits hard all the time, right? What if he says, hey, boss, look, is there any way I can get advance on this wedding coming up? Can you? Can you help out your guy? Can you be there for them? Are you a good business owner? Those are definitely things to think about, you know? And I'll be honest, if my guy comes to me with a legitimate, hey, dude, I'm having a rough time, I need something, I'll help him out. 100% I will help him out. It might hurt the business, but I'm going to help people first. So everyone's going to have their own take on things. But I don't know, guys. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, again, shoot me a comment. Let us know. If you guys want to follow us on anything else, we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. But give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. And anything you want to talk about, guys, let me know in the comments. I love you guys. You be good. Take care.